My friends, I have a treat for you today. We are going to take a journey through the brand new Wizards Tarot, which is at least brand new at the time of this video being made. It is by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Micah Janssens, and it is absolutely fantastic. I've been working through it, and I have a lot of nice thoughts. So hop up on my shoulder and let's take a deep dive into it. Let's start off with showing you the packaging and boxing, which, as you can see, is really beautiful in its own right. I'll pop it open. And at the time of this video being made, this is the only way you can get this deck that I know of on Amazon, is with this whole kit. And you see the beautiful cover art here of the dragon clutching the crystal. And as you will see when we peel back this fully illustrated color book, which I've read the whole thing, and I love the takes they have on every image. Really, really nice. The deck itself has that beautiful pink dragon clutching the crystal, all tied up together in this box, nice and tidy. And here's the art for you to see a little bit better. Okay. One other thing I'll say about this whole deck is you will notice the themes of Wizards Tarot being magic practices, different types of magics and magicians and all sorts of cool stuff. But we'll get further into that as we go through. So let's get into the Major Arcana now. Here we have the first 12 of the Major Arcana, from the Fool all the way down here to Justice. They're in order. So if you'd like to take a closer look at any of them, feel free to pause the video while I talk about it. Now, the first thing I really love about this deck is that it's loosely based on the Rider-Waite system. And if you watch a lot of my readings, you'll notice that pretty much all the decks I use are Rider-Waite based, even if they have little twists and turns on them, like this deck. Now, you'll notice the photorealism of all the figures and people that are in these cards, but you'll see the magical twists that are put on the different suits, the different cards. First one I'll show you here is the Strength card, and we all know that's usually a lion there, not a dragon. And for the dragon fans, here's another dragon for you to look at. But my favorite out of these 12 would most definitely be this Wheel of Fortune. Very universal and cosmic, swirling with protons, atoms, neutrons. You see all the elements there. Very magical and mystical. And that's another thing I do have to say about this deck, since the back is this soft pinks and oranges, looking like a sunset or sunrise. It's very vibrant and colorful. It's just really nice. And I get very straightforward readings with this deck. So with that being said, let's fade into the final 10 of the Major Arcana, and we will work our way through the suits. Here are the back 10 of the Major Arcana, and just like with the first 12, you'll notice the photorealism of everything. The nice little twist to the cards. The first one I do have to point out here is the Death card, because this one does stray from the classic quite a bit. And I always say when I do my readings that the Death card is about that phoenix energy, rising, reborn. So that encapsulates it really, really nice. Also, this tower is absolutely devastating here. Take a look at that. And then we have our beautiful figures like Temperance, which is usually the Archangel Michael. And you see our lovely sorceress here. But she includes the red triangle, the infinity symbol, the cups. So that's what I mean. It's still based on the Rider-Waite system. It's just a little bit different. And to be frank, I don't have many negatives with this deck. I'd say out of all the Major Arcana, this might be the biggest leap away from the classic. The Judgment but you still get that same feel, that same energy, that same vibe, especially when you're doing a reading. You see the wise owl up here, people coming out of the coffins that are actually made of books, or grimoires, depending on how you look at it. So let's start working our way through the suits. We're going to start with the wands and move through, and I will point out all the differences for you there. The suit of wands, it's always one of my favorites. You know, with all my deck reviews, I usually start with the suit of wands, the fiery, passionate suit of wands. Now, since this Wizards Tarot is based on magical disciplines, you'll notice that with each suit, there are different types of magics being used, and I really do like that. And you'll notice a lot of books throughout the whole deck, which is also appreciated. A lot of book study to really play off the energies. Now, obviously, since this is the suit of wands, you will see many wands, all different types of spell casting and wand play here. Let's point out a few of my favorites. Of course, the Ace of Wands. See it being clutched there with the fire swirling around it. Really nice. This Eight of Wands is a perfect rendition to me, because this is always about fast-moving communication or wanting to communicate, so I really feel like this picks up on that energy well. Or even the Three of Wands here, waiting for your manifestations to roll in. This Ten of Wands here, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? It's usually somebody with a big bundle of long wands that they're trying to carry, they're struggling with. But with this old tired fellow here, he's a little slumped over from years of holding that weight of that crown. And our good old wounded warrior here. Looks like he's protecting his family or his coven back there, ready to fight, ready to do some damage. All right. As with the Major Arcana, if you'd like to take a closer look, please pause it now, and we will move on into the cups. It is always important to me when I work with a new deck that the suit of cups is very expressive emotionally, because the suit of cups is all about water, the emotions that are underneath the skin, the underlying energies, underlying emotions, and your emotional state. And this deck knocks it out of the park. Now, as you would think, this does have a lot of chalice play, what you would think of as potion magic, which is really cool to me. So I will point out a few of my favorites here. Everyone knows I love the ace cards, always, because they're always very promising. This Five of Cups, you see the utter despair, the sadness. It really strikes at your soul when you do a reading, which is what I like to look for in a deck. Four of Cups, the boredom, not seeing that shiny chalice behind him there. Let's show some happiness, right? These ladies in this Three of Cups, they look like they're having a good time, right? Laughing, merriment. Really beautiful. Walking away, the choices, the reminiscing. This suit really knocks it out of the park. So have a look at those, and we will keep it moving and get into the pentacles. In my opinion, if the suit of cups was a home run, the pentacles are a grand slam, because it has everything you would expect to find in a nice suit of pentacles. You'll notice the nice nature themes throughout. A lot of earth type magic being played with here. Earth, work situations. It just really hits the mark for me when doing a read. The coldness of the Five of Pentacles there. I'll show you a few of my favorites. I'm sure you're looking at this as well. Check out that Two of Pentacles. Usually it seems a little chaotic with the Two of Pentacles, but this is serene. This is a nice little different take here, the teamwork. This one I really adore. The Four of Pentacles, it's usually a guy clutching a pentacle there. But if you look close at this imagery, you see him, he's locked up with his own wealth, keeping to himself. He's in a vault of his own making. It just really hits the mark for me. And I definitely have to show the Seven of Pentacles here. It's usually somebody by a big bush of growing pentacles waiting for them to grow. Look how bored she is. I mean, she's practicing patience because she has to there. Just really nice. So let's keep it moving into the swords. So I've used the home run analogy and grand slam, and if I had a better one in baseball, I would use it here for the suit of swords. I really would. Maybe an inside the park home run or stealing home. I don't know. But let's just say this suit is really, really good, in my opinion. You will notice this one is very book heavy in comparison to the others. Now there is books in all the other suits, but since this is the suit of swords, which deals with the logical mind and the thoughts, it has a nice correlation here with the books and the knowledge. Big difference here with the Three of Swords. Normally, it's the heart being pierced with the three swords. But look at that chaos. The witch's hat is stabbed through here. Maybe it's more of a mental thing, that heartbreak and that chaos. Look how creepy this narcissist looks in the Five of Swords. He won, but he's creepy as hell. And I don't really like him. The Six of Swords has got to be one of my favorites here because we're usually seeing people sail off into a calm water, but these ones are being protected by a spell. Looks like a nice energetic shield there. Really cool. This has got to be one of my most favorite decks in a really long time. So with that being said, feel free to take a look at these closer, and we will take a look at the court cards now. If you've watched my other deck reviews, you'll notice that this is around the time where I start to complain and nitpick a little bit. I usually find most problems in decks are contained within the court cards. I'm hard to please in this area. Now, I can't say that I have many problems with these court cards, to be honest with you. The photorealism and the beauty of the art is absolutely breathtaking to me, and I love them all. When I do a read, I don't see them as only being people. I see the underlying meanings that are attached to them. The youth of the pages, the stoic energies of the knights, the beauty of the queens, and the sturdiness of the kings there. Look how absolutely beautiful this Queen of Cups is here. Half submerged in the water there. She's not just clutching her chalice, right? She's pouring some water out. A lot of nice water play in the cups. And you have the red dark fire hues here in the suit of wands. Just really nice. It's not too bland. It's not too over the top. It is what it is. And to me, it is beautiful. Let's take a look at the pentacles and swords now. Our final group of royal families here. Pentacles at the top, swords down here at the bottom. And as I'm sure you noticed in the other suits that we looked through earlier, the pentacles are heavily nature-based. And these swords people down here, they are very fierce looking to me. As I said with the other court cards, I really don't have any problems with these. They just really work for me and my style. So I'm just going to go right into showing you my favorites. The queens throughout the deck are just gorgeous to me. They really fit the attitudes that I've imagined. Look at the abundance around her. How gorgeous she is. We have our defensive Page of Swords down here. Getting ready to fight if he needs to. And I know I give a lot of static to the Knight of Pentacles usually, but in this deck he looks really good to me. Not moving, or if he is moving, it's nice and slow. But that nature background just really hits my soul. For my reading style, I gotta say this is a near perfect deck for me. So I hope you enjoy the artwork. The illustrator and the author did an amazing job on it, so kudos to them if they ever get around to seeing this video. My friends, I will see you next time. Much love.